Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. What you saw right there, that exuberant celebration when the Fever defeated the Chicago Sky in Chicago on Saturday, was not a display of celebration over beating Chicago. It was not like, whoo, so glad we were able to take care of business in Chicago. That's not what that was. That wasn't a team showing relief at getting a win against the Chicago Sky. That was a celebration of an assistant coach who stepped in the absence of the head coach and got his first win acting as a head coach. That is the culture of a locker room, and players who were sure glad they got the win, but that exuberance was about him, Austin Kelly, getting the win when he had to step in the face of whatever's going on with Coach Stephanie White. And we absolutely pray for the best for her, the best for her family, and look forward to her returning to the team. But in the midst of that, somebody has to step up in adversity. And Austin Kelly was that man. And this team was super excited that he got the win. So then he goes to the post game and he has this to say. Chloe Peterson posted this.
All right, Bo. Yeah, just going in for that celebration in the locker room was, what does it mean to get your first win as an acting head coach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's special. You know, we got a great group. You know, so being in that locker room right there at the end, it means a lot. It's something I'll never forget. You know, first win. They did a hell of a job. You know, for 40 minutes of, executing the game plan. And I thought, when we had lulls, the communication out there was really good. They picked each other up when it was needed, and so great win for us.
I just wanted to show you a little bit of that. Asked him about the celebration, and he said he'll always remember that moment. And of course, he said that they did a great job for 40 minutes. It was a dominant win, and we're going to break some of that down, but I want to get back to Austin Kelly for a moment. He said pre-game that this coaching staff is capable of stepping in. They work very closely together. They would be able to step it up in the midst of Stephanie White's absence, and it was going to be business as usual. I like this guy. I like the way he communicates. I saw his pregame conference, obviously there, the post game, and even some more comments he said about the team. And the Irish Star reported something that Stephanie White has said in the past, took us back to the past and said, yeah, she absolutely knows what she has in her coaching staff. And I'm quoting from irishstar.com. And it says, prior to this season, White spoke about the confidence she holds in her coaching staff and even pondered what it would be like if she had to temporarily step down. Quote, my staff is so good and trusting in them that if I needed to be away for a period of time, it's status quo. And that's what she shared with the Indy Star, which the Irish Star posted. She went on to say, our team knows that. They have great respect for them. And I know that. And I trust them implicitly. So it gives even more peace of mind. Of course, she says that not knowing what's going to happen, but she said it. And absolutely, they worked together. Everybody stepped up and they got the win. And he also had great things to say about Stephanie White. Even before the game, he said, the connectivity with her and with the entire coaching staff, having worked together for years in various capacities and knowing each other in various capacities, that he felt good about that. But then after the game, he said this. Indy Star reported it. He said, none of this is possible without her. I owe her everything. She's been a great mentor for me, and she made the transition easy with the amount of trust she put in me. So I owe her a lot. I've got a lot of respect for people who show respect to other people and recognize the influence that they've had, the doors that they helped open, the trust that they put in them. So congratulations to the team, of course, for the win, but also to this man, this assistant coach stepping in as the head coach for the night. And I don't know if that'll be for the next game against the Dream either. Don't know what's going on with Stephanie White. This win was the second win in the Commissioner's Cup. So they went in and took care of business. And like I said, they're not like celebrating because they didn't believe they could beat Chicago and now they know they can. I'm pretty sure they are confident in, even though they've struggled, I'm sure they're confident in their abilities, but they were celebrating him. Everybody's been stepping up in adversity. This team has had its share of adversity. And so that win, that his first win in that position was pretty cool for the rest of them. So now let's get to some of the, some more breakdown of the game itself. Indiana took care of Chicago 79 to a mere 52. Indiana won 3 out of the 4 quarters, and I don't make too much of them not winning that fourth quarter because they had some others on the floor and others on the bench who would normally be on the floor because they were up by so much. So not too much to be made of that, but they outscored Chicago 21-13 in the first quarter, 20-15 in the second, 27-11 in the third, and then they had only 11 in the fourth and 13 in the fourth for Chicago. Again, 79-52. Kelsey Mitchell was the leading scorer. She was 5 for 11 from the field. She didn't do well from 3. She had 1 for 6 for 3, but that could be a good sign as well because she's got to find other ways to score.
Getting set to check in, loves the action.
We gotta watch this again, maybe twice. The separation on the step back, the lefty pull-up. CC loves it.
And so 5 for 11, also 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. And again, 17 points, and they're plus 28 with her on the floor. Natasha Howard had 13 points. Aaliyah Boston had 11 points. I'll get back to that in a moment. Lexi Hull doing Lexi Hull things with 9 points, in addition to 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. You had 6 points from Sydney Colson, who came in and had some strong minutes, 25 minutes, and she went 2 for 4 from 3. She had 3 assists, a steal, and a rebound. So DeWanna Bonner, 6 points, 3 from Dantas, 2 from Bree Turner, 12 from Ari McDonald. Got to get back to her as well. And Timpson got on the floor as well. Ari McDonald, McDonald had a game. Fever, okay? If this team does not sign Ari McDonald, does not find a way to keep her, this team needs to be as embarrassed as LA should be for letting her go. She is not playing like a player who just showed up or a player whose confidence is hurt because a team waived her. She's playing like she belongs on this team. She's playing like she had been there all through training camp. She is a spark.
Flips it up top, Boston, other side. McDonald, another 3. I'm loving it.
25 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, made her free throw, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and only 1 turnover. And in her first game, she had 0 turnovers with 5 assists, plus 19 with her on the floor, 12 points. Like I said, if they don't figure out a way to keep her, they need to pack it in because they are not to be trusted. Okay? So Ari is just huge for this team. And from what I understand, if I'm understanding what Scott Agnes put on social media the other day, the Fever would have to let her go for like 10 days or something. I don't know all this, the health exception, the hardship exception. I don't know how all that goes and the salary cap and all that. But what he said was that she would have to go for like 10 days and then come back unless the Fever cut someone else, let someone else go. And a lot of people are talking about the person they think would be the one to go. Most people are saying Bree Turner should go. We'll see what the Fever would do, but I wouldn't let her go for 10 days. Somebody got to go, let them go. But you got to keep this young lady on both sides of the floor. She is positive, and positive. First game, people said, don't get ahead of yourself, and I get it, but this is the second game, and she's still doing good things for the team. Lexi Hull is just phenomenal. Most improved player, got to put that together. Most improved player by a long stretch margin. I watched this young lady as she went from one side of the court all the way to the other side of the court to track down a rebound. She plays so many minutes on this team, and she never looks like she's out of breath. She doesn't whine or complain. She just gets out there and plays basketball. Even when the stat sheet doesn't show it, she's doing things that are not on the stat sheet. She played 29 minutes, the most minutes, 3 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, plus 27 with her on the floor, and 9 points. She's just huge for this team.
Through the lane, little ball manipulation around the defense, takes it high, and then the tough finish.
Aaliyah Boston. I keep saying that Aaliyah has to get more touches in position for her to score. She went 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 in her free throws. She had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and she had 11 points. And I'm like, she's got to have more shots up. But Sarge in the chat, shout out to you, Sarge, he pointed out that there were times when she had a shot, but she didn't take the shot. She passed it up. There were a few times, so she would have had more shot attempts, but she was extra unselfish, even in times when I felt like she should have put the ball up. So she's still huge for this team.
Shoot. Boston this time, working against Reese, pivots, puts it up, and one opportunity. Aaliyah Boston clearing out all the traffic.
I mean, really huge, and can't complain about Natasha Howard in her 26 minutes, 6 for 10 from the field. She had 2 blocks in this game, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 13 points plus 19, 79-52 Indiana. The thing about it is this team is without Caitlin Clark, without Sophie Cunningham, without head coach Stephanie White, and they're still missing layups and free throws and not gelled as much as we would like to see. And yet they are doing some really good things. That's why people say all the time, it's early. They have had quite the adversity. They had Caitlin out in the preseason. Then they had Sophie out after the 3rd game of the preseason. And then she came back, Sydney Colson got hurt. And then Sophie Cunningham got hurt again. And then Coach Stephanie. I mean, so there's been adversity after adversity. So for them to be able to do what they're doing, and for us to be seeing some improvement on the defensive end, seeing that's a really good sign. Okay. And then, of course, Ari coming in as well. That's another thing. Now, we got to understand, too, there's going to be adjustments because when Sophie is back, when Caitlin is back, and now you got to adjust, and you're adjusting lineups, and you're adjusting. There's a lot to do. So even them coming back is sort of an adversity. It's one we want. We don't mind that one, but it still is a challenge. But for a team that's still not doing things as fluidly as they need to, I think they show incredible promise, because it's going to get better from here, and there are lots of positives already. Some people counted them out. I've not counted them out. I will not count them out. As I said, even in the preseason, there will be ups and downs, and there will be bumps and bruises along the way. Can you stay the course? Right? Can you stay the course? So I'm looking forward to seeing what they get to do. Chicago looks terrible. Angel Reese, not looking good, looking frustrated, in fact, miserable at some points. Camila Cardoso had 8 points. Nobody had double digits. Camila Cardoso had 8 points. Rebecca Allen had 8 points. Those two are the leading scorers for their team. Tyler Marsh looks like he's lost too. I'm sure they're all trying to figure it out, but not looking good at all. And of course, Indiana picking up its defense plays a part in that. And also, I don't want to not say, just hit my mind again. So I want to make sure I point out for those of you who don't know, and that is Courtney Vandersloot went down after 5 minutes in the game. torn ACL, I understand. And that was bad to see, horrible to see. Don't want to, all these injuries, it's like you're scratching your head like, oh my goodness, from Unrivaled right into the WNBA, injuries, so many injuries. We say, stop, no more. So our hearts go out to Courtney Vandersloot, and we wish her well for sure. But the rest of the team, I mean, they had Haley Van Lith come in there. They're out of sorts. I don't know what's going on with the Chicago Sky, but the Indiana Fever beat them the first game by 35 points. This time, 27 points. So there's tremendous upside for this team, but I'm going to say what I said before. Sign Ari. Sign her up. All right. Well, Fever 2-0 in the Commissioner's Cup and on a 2-game winning streak. Hey, if you have not subscribed to the channel, of course, I'd appreciate if you would do that. I appreciate all of you so much. Those who hang out in the chats, those who leave comments, those who give super stickers. And every once in a while, you'll find someone who said, I never leave a comment, but I'm leaving one now. So I know there are so many people who never leave a comment, but you're there, you're dialed in, you're supporting. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.